that comfort that someone somewhere is updating your security environment. It gives you comfort that if there are AI-driven activities, that you have that stated comfort that a company that is reliable is handling it. Because if you do not have CPaaS, what you would have been doing was that your various isolated areas of communication, you would have been bothering yourself trying to make sure that your updates are okay on the web, your infrastructure is with the latest upgrades, every single thing you are doing, you're bothering about the isolated system. But with CPaaS, there's a combined or an integrated security feature in the CPaaS platform, which gives that security to the customers.
So security is embedded.
It's embedded.
That's interesting. It's embedded. Interesting to know. So how does CPaaS relate with e-commerce? We hear of a lot of e-commerce solutions here. Jumia, this one. I don't want to promote any platform. So how does it relate with e-commerce?
Okay, there's a lot of e-commerce solutions all around, and what the CPaaS is, it allows you an effortless communication with these e-commerce isolated solutions. So if you have the CPaaS, you are presently your own e-commerce solution, so to say, because with your CPaaS, you have already driven into having connectivities with your web, with your telephony, with every single means of communications that you expect to have. It's integratable. Wow. So with the e-commerce era, the CPaaS integrates seamlessly. So even if you have several e-commerce as your partners, you don't need to bother about the isolated integration. You can integrate all those e-commerce elements into your CPaaS. So CPaaS serves as your central, in quotes, central configuration point. So it becomes very critical for you.
That's interesting. We are also in the era of AI. Yeah. Artificial intelligence is coming. The news is that it will render several types of solutions obsolete. Yeah. So if I'm thinking of investing in this area, shouldn't I wait? Do I go ahead? A lot of people are just confused about some of these things. How will AI affect CPaaS?
Okay, I think AI is for the benefit of everybody. Yeah. But I'm an advocate of responsible AI. What do I mean by responsible AI? I mean, AI is not just for the use of AI. You must use it responsibly. So with the CPaaS on board and with the AI elements, we have to tap into those AI elements that are, in quotes, responsible AI. So we have a CPaaS platform, and you have some AI components that will aid your CPaaS platform. That's what you integrate with it. So you're not going to be integrating things that are not relevant, or things that are irrelevant, sorry. Yeah. So what I'm saying in effect is that AI is good. Yeah. There is no fear. Like I said, we are an advocate of responsible AI. We must use the good parts of AI to effortlessly integrate into the CPaaS. And that will make your business better.
Yeah, interesting. You went into another interesting conversation about responsible AI. If there is responsible AI, it means there is irresponsible. Which one is irresponsible?
So, thanks, that was a good one. So, we may not say irresponsible, but we talk about using AI for
the good
of humanity, and using AI for the bad of humanity. So we all know that sometimes AI may be used for things that are not ethically right. Right. And that is what we mean by responsible AI. So if you're in a particular geographical area of the world, you know the things that are tolerable, things that the people tolerate. So that is responsible AI. So when you are in Africa or you're in Nigeria, there are things that the culture of the people, the things that people do that are able to that they tolerate. Hence, we call it responsible AI. So when you are dealing with AI, it's not for AI's sake or for the fun of AI. It is to make sure that you are dealing with it in a responsible and ethical manner, which is the most important thing.
I agree with you still 100%, because IT can be used for the good of the society. But with the same IT, people scam other people, deceive people, take their money away, wire fraud, all sorts of whatever, which are really very irresponsible. And unless you have really fortified yourself, it becomes really very challenging. So what's the future for CPaaS? Does it have a future, or is something going to come now and knock it off?
I think from my perspective and from my studies of what I have seen on CPaaS, the future is very bright. And the reason why I say this is that right from when we started this discussion, I explained that isolated systems will no longer be in vogue. The same way we have gradually advanced from simple chat GPT to even advanced chat GPTs. The same way we have moved from simple algorithms to advanced algorithms. That's the same way the CPaaS is going to evolve. Today, we are talking about ensuring that isolated systems are no longer in vogue. And they are no longer in vogue because we have seen that they are costly, they are time wasting, they are not efficient, having isolated systems. That's why the CPaaS is there. The CPaaS, therefore, conglomerates these isolated systems into a futuristic manner that you're able to have these isolated systems in one place. As the CPaaS moves on, AI is going to be integrated in. And that's why I love the angle of bringing in the AI initially. AI is going to be integrated in. A whole lot of things are going to be added, but CPaaS has a bright future. Businesses will have no choice but to be on the CPaaS platforms. They won't have a choice. Because today, if you have a business and you want to buy a unified communication system, you know how much it is?
It's expensive.
Just a unified communication system. You have a business today, you want to build a state-of-the-art website. You know how much it is? Quite expensive. So what are businesses going to do? As businesses scale up, they must cut costs. And as you scale up, if you do not cut costs, you might be out of business. So businesses are going to leverage on CPaaS as they scale and ensure that they're able to harness every single area of communication to make their businesses successful. And that is what we see coming in the next future for CPaaS.
That's interesting. I think we are in interesting times. We have CPaaS, we have AI, chat GPT, machine learning, all sorts of solutions are coming up that are making life interesting for us. There's one question people ask: CPaaS and contact center solutions, are they the same? If not, what is the difference? Because I know you have implemented several of these. Contact center solutions, CPaaS, are they the same, or what's the difference between both?
So the CPaaS and contact center are not the same thing, but they are a blend of each other. The strategy is that normally people refer to contact center where you have human beings, you have people receiving calls, receiving all kinds of messages. The CPaaS can be integrated into the contact center. So if you have a ready-made contact center, you can integrate your CPaaS. It cuts a lot of cost for you. So it's automated, it's AI-driven. So the things that humans or the things that people could have done, you have an automated system that does that. So the CPaaS and the contact center are not same thing, but they're integratable. It is something that for people that already have contact centers, they can integrate and harness the efficiencies of a CPaaS platform.
So it's like, is it a subset, or it's just something that can be added to what you already have?
It's something that can be added to what you have.
That's interesting. So in case you are just joining us, we've been discussing communications platform as a service. I've been speaking with engineer Steve Obiagu, answered several questions in this area. In case you have a question that you would like to ask him, I want you to please send it to us in the studio, and we will just ask him straight away. We'll provide some answers to them. we are in safe hands. I have another question that has to do with how do you, I know there are so many people that talk about CPaaS, communications platform as a service. How do you choose a CPaaS provider? What are the things you need to look out for? Because I'm sure many people would want to know.
Yeah. So for this area is a very important area, and I think it's critical that we know the CPaaS environment is new, and only very few providers are actually offering this as we speak. And the strategic way of choosing the best providers, I look at providers that have a tested case of being able to handle it. That's one. Look at providers that the assistance, if you need help, that they can be there to help you. And look at providers that can follow you through your journey. As a business, you want somebody that can look you in the eyes, look at your journey, look at your predictive positioning in the future, and take you through the route of this journey. So these are the three basic ways you have to determine which of the providers that you will use. Specifically, the provider must be technically available.
That's interesting. So looking at the government level, public sector, we've been talked about banks, talked about healthcare, spoken about SMEs.
Yeah.
Is this something that the public sector can also benefit from, government?
Definitely. I mean, the fact is that if you go into most industrialized nations, and specifically speaking, if you go, as we are in the fourth industrial revolution, AI, implementation of digitalization, transformations are going all over the place. So for government, it's a no-brainer really, because as governments grow, ministries grow, they require to get feelers from the citizens that they serve. And to get these feelers from the citizens come from several areas. It could be by telephony, it could be by email, it could be by web, it could be by internet. If a government establishment has a CPaaS platform, it makes it easier. They can feel the pulse of the people immediately. So you don't need to have people protesting or carrying placards before you know what the problems are. So if, for instance, you have a Ministry of Justice, for instance, that has a CPaaS platform, you don't need to know what is going on, because people's complaints, people's issues will immediately be on that portal, and you can sieve them in priority. So the CPaaS platform gives you that ability as government to be able to feel the pulse of the citizens immediately without waiting for unrests or placards carrying people and all that. So that's how government can benefit from it. And this will be in several areas of government. I just use the Ministry for Justice. It can be any of the ministries that want to feel the pulse of the people.
Okay, thanks for that. Let's look at some aspect of telecoms like 5G. How do they enhance CPaaS, or how will CPaaS benefit from things like that? Would they bring speed, or are they related in any way?
In fact, when I hear you say 5G, I was in China some few months back, and we're talking about 6G, 7G.
Wow.
So that shows you that technology is evolving.
It's evolving.
And as technology evolves, it means that the various things that rely on technology are also evolving. The 5G and beyond, the technology of 5G and beyond will increase the speed of implementation of these CPaaS platforms. Because like I said, the platform is a set of infrastructures that manage services. So this will aid in speed, efficiency with the 5G. And also, it bridges communication gaps between generations. So for those of us that use the 4G those days, you will see that the speed of things are a bit slower, but with 5G, it's a bit faster. So it's all about customization, which brings more data. At the same time, you need something that is fast to work. So the 5G will greatly improve the CPaaS platform's ability to be able to reach customers, to be able to do things that you want it to do.
Interesting. As we start to wrap up, Steve, One question again that I would like to ask is, if people are not using CPaaS, then what are they using and what pains or challenges are likely to come from there?
Yeah. So it's obvious. If people are not using CPaaS, they're using isolated systems. And the pains are obvious. I mean, for those that are using standalone servers, you know the pain it takes if you miss an update and what will happen when you miss an update. For those that are not web friendly, you know the limitations your business has. Somebody sends an information about your business on the web, and you're not able to harness that information and use it to expand.
Like living in the Stone Age.
Yes, that's a pain, because your business stays in its Stone Age manner because you have not harnessed the information that was sent to you. So the strategy of CPaaS is to move you beyond that level. Ensure that those pains of trying to make sure your updates are there, there's a security update that has come, you miss it, and then somehow you get scammed. So the CPaaS platform saves you from all that. It gives you that leverage to be able to stay on top of your game without necessarily having to employ 26 staff or 5 staff or 7 staff to be monitoring several things. So the CPaaS becomes a central platform that gives you that advantage of being there at the right time you want to be there.
That's interesting. So is there any regulatory challenges that one should be aware of before you say you want to implement, or it's on the part of the providers?
So when you're implementing the CPaaS, you have to be aware of things like PCI DSS. You have to be aware of the GDR, the Global Data Inventory Program.
So you need all of that.
You need these to be able to operate with the CPaaS platform.
Oh, is that for the operator or for maybe somebody like me that I'm just a user?
It's generally for the operator.
For
the user, it's not your, I mean, the fact is that you have seconded this out to the operator. So as the user, it's the operator's problem to be able to get these policies in place, and which a lot of people will have in place already.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Steve. I have learned a lot from this section. We've been talking about communications platform as a service. And Engineer Steve Obiago has spoken a lot about this, spoke about, the benefits, spoke about different type of industries that are using it. How does it relate to a contact center solution? What do you stand to benefit when you move to this type of platform? I think he has also spoken about some other areas of technology that can enhance the value of CPaaS. Spoke about AI, ChatGPT, many solutions that are evolving. I think we are in some interesting times because new solutions keep coming that enhance how we run our business, that allow us to scale. Maybe before we were running systems in silos. We don't need to run silo systems again. We have something that is centralized and makes our life easier. Thanks a lot, Steve. As we plan to go, what will be your last word, parting word for many people that have joined this forum? What action would you want them to take?
I think it's an eye-opener. We all need to know that technology is evolving, and for us all, our businesses need to evolve and need to improve. Truth about it is that for each person listening to me today, you have one business or the other, and you need to scale up. You need to be more efficient. You need to ensure that the right technology is being used. You don't need to wait. The CPaaS is something that you need to use. It will increase your general coverage. It will increase your customer reach. It will make your business become more enviable to others. And I believe that as we progressively tune into the CPaaS platforms, it becomes a ready-to-use environment for everyone that has been able to join on the platform.
Thank you, Steve. Pleasure having you again.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks everybody for joining. We'll be drawing the curtains at this point. I'm sure you have learned one thing or the other, right, whilst Steve was speaking. The idea is you should take some action. We bring this program so that you can enhance your business, so that your business can scale. Small and medium scale businesses, banks, e-commerce, healthcare, whatever area of business you are into, information technology has become a major enabler. They said data is the new oil, right? So through IT, we share data, we share information that if you take advantage of them, you can actually have a major influence, positive influence on your business. Once again, my name is Femi Adeoti. I want to thank you once again for joining us. Until we'll come back the next time, thanks for joining. You're welcome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Steve is a veteran.